Hello, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the Tranzit Easter Egg solo and co-op on the Maxis side. Before we get started, there are a few things you need to do if you plan on doing this Easter egg solo. Firstly, you need to download the Plutonium Games mod, which I will have linked down in the description. The setup is pretty straightforward and the website even walks you through the steps to set up the game after installing. You're also going to need to install the solo mod itself, and you can get that from GitHub. I will also have a link to the website with instructions on how to install the mod into your game folders. Eventually, I'll make a video going more in depth on how to get the mod, but for now, just look down in the description. If you're doing the Easter egg co-op, you don't have to use Plutonium. You can if you want to, but you can also just use the regular base game. Now that you have those two installed, we can get into the in-game prerequisites. Firstly, the Nav Card Table is going to need to be built. Once you have the Nav Card Table built, it will stay built forever unless you play the game with someone that does not have it yet built, in which case you just build it again. You can also build it in one game if you'd like and then restart another game to actually do the Easter egg, because when you restart the next game, like I already said, it should just already be built. Note that you can only hold one part at a time, so unless you have 4 people in your game, it's going to be a lot of running around to find multiple parts and actually grab them. And when you go down, the part will drop from your inventory and you'll need to pick it up again right at your feet, so don't lose it, otherwise you might have to restart your game again in order to find it again. There are 4 parts to the Nav Card Table, and 3 of the 4 parts have 2 possible spawn locations. The first part is the meteor, and that will be in the exact same location every single time, just outside of spawn in this hole in the wall to the right side of the bus. The next part is the table itself, and that can be in the power room just underneath the catwalk right here. Or it will be in between bus depot and diner near the M16 wall by along the wall somewhere in this general area. Next is going to be the radio, and that can be in the diner's gas station garage up on this shelf, and you'll need to jump in order to pick it up. It can also be in the Noctur and Toten location, hidden in the cornfield between farm and power in this general area right here. Finally is going to be the electrical box. This can be found at farm inside the house to the left of the fridge, or in town leaning up against a dumpster next to this mystery box location. Take all the parts once you found them to this electrical tower in between farm and power hidden in the cornfield to build the Nav Card Table. After you've built the Nav Card Table, you can now start step 1 of the Easter egg. But before you do, I recommend going to town first and pulling points out of the bank, or getting points by flipping rounds until you're satisfied with the amount that you have, so you can hit box to get the EMPs. For step 1, when you spawn into the game, build the turbine. There are 3 parts and they'll always be in the same location every game inside of spawn. The first part is on this chair, the second part is leaning up against the map, and the third part is underneath the phones. Grab all the parts and bring them back to the workbench and start building the turbine. Use the turbine to get out of the spawn room and then take the bus to the power station. When you get there, you will need to build power, and there's 3 parts with 3 possible spawn locations for each part. So here they are now. The main box can be found to the left just before entering the bigger room, after going down the stairs on the left leaning up against these crates, and after entering the buildable room tucked away on the right side into the corner. The power switch can be found on the right side of the stairs on the floor in front of these crates, in the buildable room on the left side of the workbench, and also in the buildable room on the right side of the workbench. The severed hand can be found just at the top of the first flight of stairs, at the top of the second flight of stairs, and after coming up the stairs to the far right in this corner on the floor. Go ahead and build the power switch, turn on the power, and then wait for Maxis' dialogue to finish in-game. Then go ahead and turn off the power. At this point, you should have EMPs, but if you don't have EMPs, go get them. For step number 2, save a zombie, and then make your way back over to where you built the Nav Card Table at the electrical pylon. Go ahead and place a turbine in one of the corners opposite of the Nav Card Table. In solo, you only need to place 1, and so you can pick whichever corner you want to place it in. In co-op, you need to place 2, so there just needs to be 2 at each corner. Look up into the sky, and at various locations around the map, you will see lightning. Wait for that lightning to be directly overhead and surrounding you in all immediate areas. Once that's happening, go ahead and kill the zombie and flip to the next round. If you've done it correctly, then the Avogadro should spawn in. If you didn't get him to spawn in on the next round, then just keep repeating that step of waiting for the lightning and then flipping the round once the lightning's above you, and he should spawn in. Once you have gotten him to spawn in, lure him directly underneath the pylon and throw an EMP at him. He should start spiraling and then he'll fly up into the sky. If when you threw the EMP at the Avogadro and it knocks out power to your turbine, then just let the zombie break it and go grab another one from the bus depot. If your turbine still works, then you don't need to grab another one. Go ahead and pick up your turbine and then make your way over to any lamppost around the map. It will work at any one as long as it looks like this. In solo, place your turbine at the one lamppost. In co-op, place 2 different turbines at 2 different lampposts. At this point, you should see an orange light fly from the lamppost to the pylon, and once that's happened, the pylon itself should start glowing orange. You will get an achievement called Tower of Babel if done in co-op. If you're doing this in solo with the mod, you won't get an achievement. When you go back to the main menu after your match is finished, Tranzit's icon should be glowing orange, signifying that you have in fact completed this Easter egg. As far as I know, it will only be glowing orange if you've completed it co-op. If you do it solo with the mod, you might not see the icon be orange, but in my game, the tower was glowing orange, so I don't know for sure if you can complete the super Easter egg solo, but we'll find out together when I make the buried Easter egg guide. But anyway, congratulations on completing the Tranzit Easter egg for Maxis. My next video will be the Die Rise Easter egg for Maxis, and I hope to see you all there. Have a great day.